Vince Russo, a former head writer for WWE, recently discussed Triple H's public appearance from Sunday. At Complex Con, the chief content officer attended Travis Scott's performance. The game brought Scott to the January 6, 2025 Raw broadcast and presented him with a Hardcore Championship during the event. On the same night, the Red brand will premiere on Netflix. Vince Russo made an assumption on a recent edition of the Coach and Bro Show, which is only accessible on Backstage Pass, about how WWE could be attempting to appeal to a wider audience by showcasing celebrities on their programs. As Russo said, when crossover stars departed a program, audiences stopped tuning in. He brought up the fact that WWE didn't have a big star like The Rock or Stone Cold Steve Austin to captivate non-wrestling fans. January 6, 2025 will be the airing of Monday Night Raw Live from Intuit Film. John Cena and CM Punk are among the famous faces who have been hyped for the evening. Who else WWE manages to recruit for the highly anticipated event remains to be seen. The power to dominate storylines, create outsized characters, and recount stories meticulously are the pillars around which World Wrestling Entertainment (WWE) has constructed its empire. However, even the most successful entertainment companies make mistakes from time to time. A former employee of WWE claims that the corporation may have made the same mistake with Triple H's recent public appearance. Triple H, whose actual name is Paul Levesque, has been an integral part of the WWE for decades, known as The Game, both in and out of the ring. He is now the Chief Content Officer. Any public appearance or function he attends is significant. On the other hand, others are claiming that this most recent incident exemplifies a fundamental misunderstanding of what fans want, and that WWE has failed to seize a chance to promote authenticity in its changing environment. Here's what went down, why it's causing a fuss, and how it mirrors a bigger problem that WWE has faced before. This whole mess started when Triple H showed up at a big WWE promotional event in New York City not long ago. Levesque was the main speaker at the event, which was organized to generate buzz for a future pay-per-view. Clad in a stylish suit, Triple H discussed the growth of WWE, the triumph of WrestleMania 40, and the company's continuous endeavors to expand its brand internationally. Despite the polished and professional demeanor, several fans and insiders thought that Triple H was missing the charisma and genuineness that first made him popular. The critics say that WWE has made the same old mistake. They have given the public a corporate, sanitized version of a larger-than-life persona who gets his kicks from connecting with a crowd. A former WWE employee brought this issue to light, speaking exclusively on the condition of anonymity. The meaning is lost when Triple H, the icon, the wrestler, is placed in a business context and stripped of all the things that fans adore about him. Not Paul Levesque in a suit, the audience wants the intellectual assassin. It's never worked before for WWE. One of the most common complaints is that WWE hasn't done a good enough job of separating its corporate brand from the inflated characters it develops. Triple H is unique, the ex-employee said further. Between the Attitude Era and contemporary WWE, he serves as a link. His admirers would rather perceive him as a real fighter who competed against legends like Stone Cold, The Undertaker, and The Rock than as a faceless corporate nerd. Having its stars portrayed in two business surroundings has been a source of criticism for WWE before. During Stephanie McMahon's publicity tours for Women's Evolution and Vince McMahon's public appearances in the late aughts, similar criticism surfaced. Although these appearances fulfilled their business goals, fans often felt that they cut off the greater WWE audience that had a personal connection to the characters from their childhood, rather than the executives. The end effect is a sharp separation between WWE's real-life business machine and the kayfabe, or WWE's fictitious reality. What really gets under the skin of WWE fans is the company's stubborn refusal to let go of their corporate personalities and return to the roots that made them famous. Anyone listening to Triple H speak should be able to sense the passion and self-assurance of the game, the guy who memorably said, "I am that damn good." Reactions on social media mirror this feeling. Triple H is a legend, but every time I see him in these corporate appearances, it feels like they're trying to rebrand him as a suit instead of the game, one fan said in response to Triple H's corporate engagements. WWE, Triple H is one of the most brilliant brains in wrestling. Rather of trying to stop him from acting out his character, why not allow him? People love to watch that. Given how blurry the borders are between kayfabe and reality these days, WWE's unwillingness to publicly embrace Triple H's wrestling image seems like a squandered opportunity. According to the ex-employee, this isn't a unique occurrence. When it comes to public appearances, WWE has a history of misjudging the room. The ascent of Roman Reigns to the status of main event star in the middle of the 2010s is a prime example. Instead of embracing the gritty, villain character that brought him fame, WWE often portrayed Reigns as a company guy during interviews and press tours. Many viewers felt that WWE was squandering Reigns' talents by staging these insincere appearances. John Cena was also engaged in another incident. Cena was masterful at juggling his business and in-ring personalities, but at times WWE overdid it in its efforts to portray him as an ambassador for the company, which turned off fans during his divisive babyface tenure. Being genuine is crucial in the modern wrestling scene, since fans are more knowledgeable than ever before. The popularity of AEW has shown that viewers like stories with likable protagonists. Although WWE has achieved some progress in this regard, most notably with Roman Reigns' Tribal Chief storyline, instances like as Triple H's recent presence indicate that the organization is still attempting to completely understand the notion. Fans aren't picky about who they see on screen, the ex-employee said. When executed properly, they really like it. However, WWE must realize that being authentic does not imply being dull or impersonal. Show the world that Triple H is a captivating character and a creative genius. The fact that WWE didn't capitalize on the occasion to further develop plot points or add suspense is another point of criticism. It would have been easy to include Triple H's business function into the TV storyline, further complicating his participation with WWE's programming. For instance, think about the consequences if Triple H addressed the current situation of WWE's champions while in character, or if his public presence hinted at a possible comeback to an on-screen role. This kind of thing has the potential to generate excitement and increase fan involvement with the brand and its creators. How, therefore, can WWE make sure it doesn't make the same mistake twice? The departing worker offered some wisdom. Put your skills to use. Emphasize the qualities that set WWE stars apart. Even in business situations, Triple H can display his wrestling brain and imposing personality. Combine the real world with the story. Enhance storylines via public appearances. Inject some of Triple H's personality into his business persona to spice things up. Attention, fans. What WWE does with its wrestlers outside of the ring is mostly dependent on fan response. Sincerity makes an impression. Despite the backlash, Triple H's effect on WWE's future and history will undoubtedly remain untarnished by this gaffe. With his extensive knowledge of the business and his role as Chief Content Officer, he plays a crucial role in WWE's development and continues to have a major impact on the product. The lesson here is that even the most beloved businesses have to change up their audience engagement strategies. As it enters its next chapter, WWE must strike a balance between its business brand and wrestling tradition. It will be interesting to see how WWE handles these issues going ahead. Regardless of whether it's in the ring, on the mic, or at the podium, Wrestling fans know that Triple H isn't afraid to take on challenges.